Hey,
Hello.
hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good, can't complain. It's
You're
about
looking
noon.
fresh. You're looking fresh.
Oh, thanks. I always gotta look fresh on camera. You never know who's gonna be looking.
How's the situation over there at the moment?
Oh, you know what? Well, there's a lot going on, actually. We still have our, COVID-19 stuff. People are slowly opening, but a lot of people are still staying home. But like today, everybody's pretty much getting ready to go protest later today at
Are you going out?
Centennial
Are
Park.
you going out to protest?
Yeah, probably.
You're getting involved.
Well, last time that we protested, I was on probation, and when you're on probation, you're not allowed to possibly have any types of run-ins with the police at all. You can't have any police contact, or you violate your
So
probation. So I think.
I can't ask you why you're on probation.
Oh, you could. It was a crazy story.
We got
I had a
time. We got
rental.
time.
I know. I had a rental car that I kept for too long. That's all. I mean, I ended up having to pay it back and everything like that, but that was why.
Oh, you're a criminal.
Hey, it's the trap. It's Atlanta. We in the trap.
So but like, is the situation getting better over there, or is it still bad in the COVID situation, or?
It's a mess over here. Nobody can figure out whether you're supposed to wear a mask or whether you're not supposed to wear a mask. They're trying to open everything up. The numbers aren't going down yet. How about over there? Are the numbers going up or are they going down?
Well, now the government are kind of keeping it a secret. We don't know how many deaths there are a day now. Like, they haven't published anything since the last like 2 weeks because they're trying to ease lockdown. So I don't think they're trying to post the deaths while easing the lockdown.
Right.
So
That's what
it's
they're.
just, yeah, it's tough because there's like, it comes to a point where I'm like, I want to go out now, but
I
then
do
it's
too.
like, is it even safe because we haven't heard anything about the deaths?
Yeah, I know. I really think that what's just going to happen is like we're just going to have to pretty much start going out again, and it is going to be what it is. And it's just like, you have to protect yourself, wear a mask. There's people that are saying the masks don't work. Are there people in London saying that the masks don't work and they're refusing to wear masks?
Yeah, there's always going to be those people. That's the thing. There's always going to be those people. But I personally, I don't think it's as big as a deal as the government are hyping it up to be. That's in my opinion. I think it's just a bad virus of the flu, like a bad bit of the flu. I don't think it's something that could. I don't think it's anything like. I think, you know what? I think they're trying to hype everything up, and people are actually dying from their natural causes anyway, and which is what the government have done, is include that in the COVID status, which I don't understand.
Yeah, that's what they're saying is happening over here. So I just don't even know what to think anymore. I just know that everything's pretty much still shut down. They're about to open up bars and restaurants on
Yeah.
June 1st. But it's just ridiculous, the parameters that they're putting on everything. It's like not gonna 25 people at a time inside of a club, like.
So are clubs still open or not?
No. The only thing that's open is things that operate as a restaurant, and they're going through and fining the people if they're not adhering to social distancing rules.
Okay.
I don't know. It's hard to follow. There's like so many different articles
So many. Well,
sources.
especially this week with everything happening in the US, like, there's so much to talk about on that side. So I don't know how you're keeping up with all that news.
Oh, we somehow are keeping up, and it's just crazy. I mean, right now, there's just so much going on with the police brutality. It's like, at this point.
What's your take on that?
I feel like it needs to be broken down from the ground up. Like, I'm not mad at them for burning the police stations or whatever. Like, I don't want to like be too, revolutionary on here or whatever, because you never know who's watching. But they really need to disband, disarm, and get rid of all of those pigs. We're just over it. Like, they can literally do whatever they want for us, and they although they make a focus on Black people, they do it to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we are all deathly afraid of the police. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if you don't say or act a certain type of way, they'll beat your ass. Like, I know plenty of people that have been hurt by the police, like whether they put the handcuffs on too tight or push your head getting into the back of the cop car, like anything. It's crazy.
Is it because they kind of misuse their title and they think
yeah.
they're superior in that sense?
Yeah, exactly. And the police don't even have guns where you are, right?
They do, but they're not using it to that extent. They're not
Right.
using it to that extent over there.
I thought they just had Billy.
They're not in like America where if someone runs away, they're shooting the person like straight away. You know, that over here they're like over here they're kind of like they try to arrest the person first.
Right. Oh my gosh.
So you know, there's like a whole kind of like with the whole racism thing, right? So how do you feel in terms of being white in America at this moment in time? Like,
well,
obviously, there's this whole thing which is that white people are racist. That's basically what a lot of people are saying now.
Okay. So the thing about that is that anybody that's known me or whatever, like they've known that I have been the way that I am for like the past 20 years. And,
yeah.
you know, my son is black, my husband is black, and my family is black. So it's not really a big like subject that people pretty much ask me about, or I don't feel like a type of way because it's like I'm not like the white people that they're talking about. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, you know, when you have somebody that's been the same way and confronted people and, you know, has been very cavalier about black people, and when you're raising a black man yourself, it's just like not the same thing. There are a lot of racist white people in America, but there's a lot of people in America that aren't racist too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
definitely.
It's not necessarily a problem that I have, but I also conduct and like behave in a certain type of way, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
and like
we were having, sorry, carry on.
Go ahead.
I was having this discussion with a lot of female DJs in America, in UK, and how hard is it hard for you to get gigs, and is it female DJs not really represented as much in the scene as males, or is it actually better over in the US than
for us to get gigs? It's harder now than it used to be. It's really, really hard now. But I have been able to get some gigs. I actually am about to do something with the Atlanta public school system to raise money to feed kids. And me and DJ Jelly doing that. I just did a commencement ceremony. But the reason though why I'm still getting gigs with the virtual gigs is that I have a studio and I have streaming software and can do it in a particular type of way that my clients are looking for. So it's like more of a tech thing than just DJing, because that's the thing out here. If you're just DJing, good luck. Like nobody cares that you can DJ. Do you know how easy it is to DJ? Do you like to be honest with you? Do you know how easy it is to scratch and do all of that stuff? You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're pondering quantum mechanics questions for 10 years like Albert Einstein. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of a no-brainer. You know, it's not as and especially with the way that technology has, you know, progressed, it's not even a special thing anymore. So you have to do more things to be special for you. What's up, Play? I see you. You know, you have to do more. You have to do more out here to be special. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the biggest advice I give to DJs is just, you know, worry more about your platform than worry about gigs, because you'll attract gigs. You don't want to be like thirsty for gigs, especially now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why it's really, and that's some other advice is like, you know, who cares about all these lounges and little clubs and stuff like that? You know, it's really about the artists. And that's how I really broke through and got some of my biggest gigs that I've had, was attaching myself to artists and working with Zaytoven, you know, like without that, I don't know what would have happened, you know, and that's not even the only person that I've worked with. I've DJed for a lot of different people and a lot of different artists. So when people ask you to be their DJ, you might want to consider it, you know, because that's how you're going to get into festivals. Festivals are not going to just like book a DJ to spin a set, you know, like for what? You have to be DJing for somebody to get on stage at a festival.
Yeah. So how did that come about to get involved with Zaytoven?
Well, they had reached out to me. I was actually DJing for Drummer Boy at the time, and we were all out at South by Southwest, and I had rented equipment, actually from my friend Glass D. He recently passed away from heart failure a few weeks ago, so R.I.P. Glass D.
Okay.
But he always gave the best prices on equipment rental. So they actually went half with me to rent some equipment for South by Southwest. And when I got to the airport, I like called everybody in Drum Squad. They're like, "Oh yeah, we haven't landed yet. We haven't landed." And I'm like at the airport with like a huge coffin. And I went all through the airport, had layovers, walked a mile and a half with it. It was crazy. And Jackie Wade, his manager, Coco Kiss, and Natasha Mosley, some of the female artists, they came and picked me up from the airport. And they just did a lot to support me on the ground with road management. You know what I mean? So after that, that's when I started really being in that camp. And then the more and more work that I did, it just kind of like, you know, I kind of got in where I fit in and showed that I was like worth the value. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how that happened.
So how did you kind of start DJing? How did everything happen for you?
All right. Well, I've been DJing since I was a kid.
Okay.
A really long time. I don't always tell everybody how long I've been DJing, just how some people don't.
You don't want to bait out the age.
Yes. A really long time. And I started DJing drum and bass. Jungle. It was jungle music back in the day. So we were spinning, you know, DJ Hype, Mickey Finn, you know, those were the kind of DJs that we were listening to.
Yeah.
I've been on shows with what's her name? MC Chickaboo or Chickabee and Reed
I'm gonna
Speed
pretend
and all
like
that.
I know that one.
Yeah, so I grew up in Tampa, so we had like a big drum and bass scene there, you know. And on some real old school stuff. And I started DJing because my dad had passed away in a car accident, and I was very upset. So going to raves and stuff like that is like kind of like where I went with it, and it just kind of kept going. I moved to Atlanta to go to college, and I started getting booked at events right away. I was Concrete Jungle resident. It just kind of kept going from there. You know, when that scene kind of died out, that was when I got more into hip hop and things like that. And then I became Deco D's DJ from Leaders of the New School. And then I toured with them. This was in the 2000s. I really did a lot with that. I toured in Florida with several different bands, reggae bands. You know, that was like MySpace days. So I've been like really networking and on social media and building my audience since MySpace.
Yeah.
So,
so from then, what was your first clubbing gig, or what was your first big gig that you got, and how did you get it?
Oh, the first gig that I got when I was a teenager, it was at Masquerade, and the production company that Masquerade in Tampa is where it was, and it was 6 months after I started DJing. And that was not the first time. I also was doing raves, like warehouse raves and stuff like that. And how I got that is, you know, my boyfriend at the time did all the flyers for all the raves. And, you know, I was, you know, DJing house parties with, you know, other DJs that were throwing the parties. So it was just kind of like, I guess, kind of like nepotism, you know, it's just like family thing. So once I learned how to DJ and could do it, it was like a no-brainer. They would just, you know, book me.
So now are you more multi-genre, or are you still into the drum and bass?
Oh, I haven't played drum and bass in so long. I love drum and bass still.
Is that because it's died out, or is that because you've matured from that?
It died out over here. Yeah, it died out over here. And then, you know, the thing about the drum and bass in the 90s was it was a very diverse scene for us. And it was like it was like more hip hop type based. And there was like a lot of, you know, different types of people around from all different types of you know, some of our friends were from the UK and they were Indian or, you know, Jamaican or anything like that. And really, like, when I got to Atlanta, the scene was so whitewashed, and the girls, this sounds so shallow, but the girls were really fat and the guys were dorky, and I was just not having fun. So I started going to MJQ. People will all tell you about MJQ. This is like, MJQ's been open for... It's basically MJQ is old enough to drink. It's been open that long. Okay.
Yeah.
And the age is 21 to drink in America. So when I was there, you know, it was more like the scene that I was used to, the type of people that I was used to being around in Tampa. Which was like a lot of Jamaican people, a lot of Caribbean people, a lot of people from Africa and stuff like that. Like I never grew up around, like I can even tell you my best friend when I was in elementary school, her name was Yolanda and she was Jamaican. So it's just always been something that I've been around like my whole life. I guess I felt more accepted because I was always like really made fun of. When I was a kid, I was bullied a lot and called a bunch of names. And I realize now, and a lot of those people, they come on to my social media and they apologize for being so mean to me when I was a kid. And then they admit that it was just because I was prettier than them. And that's really what it was. Yeah, it was crazy. And I was like, wow, thanks for telling me. But you pretty much...
Is that because they've seen you made it now, though? And you think they want to get into your circle?
Yeah. Of course it is. And you know what? I really go and add people that were dicks to me or I go look them up just to see how terrible they're doing because you can't treat people like that. Envy.
I definitely know you're every day. You're kind of scrolling through the Facebook, looking at the old friends.
Mm-hmm. So that's really where that came from. Is that being the fact that I was disenfranchised and everybody was so mean to me. Like, I'm not even kidding. I can remember like being on the bus when I was 12 years old, 6th grade, and the entire bus singing songs about what a slut I was. It was awful. Like, I was so, I'm surprised.
Is that because you already had a reputation, or is that?
No, I was 12. I had never even kissed a guy.
over there, is it 17 to kiss? Like,
I mean, no, but still, come on now. I was 12 years old. But at 12 years old, you know, I was a minor.
Yeah.
You feel so? It's just whatever. Okay, so anyways, with that being said, whenever I saw anybody, I'm about to cry just thinking about this. Whenever I saw like injustices and people picking on people or people being racist, it made me want to defend and protect those people and be friends with them. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why. Like, I remember my other friend that I was friends with, her name is Jennifer Riley, and she was like overweight and had eczema. Like, none of my friends were the popular girls or anything like that because those girls didn't like me for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that came from, like being from when I was a kid, you know? So that's kind of where all of that came from. And why I went away from drum and bass and the EDM scene in Atlanta was because it had gotten really, really bad. Recently, they just really finally started cracking down and it's been more diverse and stuff. So I'll probably, whenever this comes back, I'll probably start like going out to that kind of stuff more. Hey, Tracy, DJ Tracy Steele's on the line. What's up, babe?
So how hard is it for you, well, for any DJ to get gigs in other states of America? And have you had other gigs in other states?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of gigs in different states and stuff. But that had to do with like a lot of DJs, like my friend that's on here right now, when our kids were really little, and she would get booked a lot on Black College Tour and stuff like that. Like she would stay home and keep the kids and I would fly out and then I would stay home and keep our kids and then she would fly out. It was like a really cool.
Vice versa too.
Yeah. And then I would have to say recently, that was like 8 or 9 years ago. Recently, not 7 years ago, but more recently, my gigs have really been coming from the out of town gigs have just been like touring with Zaytoven and doing college tour and stuff like that. So they all the booking agents and the PR, you know, I taught Zay how to DJ too. So the booking agents and the PR and stuff like that, they kind of always make sure that I'm taken care of when it came to like bookings and stuff. So yeah.
So in your opinion, do you think the college scene, because in UK, the university scene is massive, right? And do you think the college scene in America is holding up the clubs and holding up like the kind of raves and parties than actual clubbing?
Oh yeah, I mean that has been the biggest thing that's hurt us in during COVID-19 is that our entire college tour was you know canceled.
Yeah.
So now we're working on trying to do some like virtual college parties. So you know we're going to be working on that soon. So.
Everything's gonna be virtual. Everything's on Zoom. Everything's gonna be on like Instagram Live, Facebook Live, stuff like that.
I know. Whew. I know.
It's a crazy time, you know. Did I watch?
I know. Did you watch the Bounty Killer Clash?
Yeah, yeah. That was
Yeah,
I
so
slept on it. I mean, because it was like 1 a.m. over here, so I slept. But I watched the first bit of it. It was good.
yeah, yeah, it was really good. So, really, as long as there's a way for us to like plug up to real speakers or use iRigs or OBS or different ways to
Yeah.
stream and get the sound quality there, I think that it'll be better once people catch up to the curve with that. So I think that that's
Definitely.
learning how to do
So,
that.
looking at your career so far, what's been the highlight for you?
Oh, probably Red Bull Culture Clash 2018.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, right. Actually, I did 2017. That was how I met Plague. Was Disturbing London. I was on Team Disturbing London. I got them dubs because I'm the plug for the dub vendor, original dub vendor. Like, I'm not even kidding.
So
They
I've got to hit
were.
you up for dubs now.
Oh, people always hit me up for dubs still. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, oh yeah. So with that, they had asked me to help them get some dubs, and I told them, and this was the funny part. I told them, I was like, yeah, I can get you an alkaline dub. And they're like, no,
Mm.
you can't do that. In Jamaica, they said that you couldn't get alkaline to disc popcorn. And I'm like, well, I can. And we did. It was amazing. And then popcorn didn't show up. But yeah, 2017 and 2018, though, when I ran my
Yeah.
own stage and got all, I basically managed the stage, managed the whole team with one other person, which is me and Zay's manager, Ro. And then we got all the dub plates and everything like that. So,
So that's the Red Bull Culture Clash. How was that?
the Red Bull, I mean, it was cool, to be honest. Like, that was always been my dream, was to clash. So at least I'm just happy that I got to do it that one time, because it's just that clash culture is not as prevalent as it used to be. And the reason why is because
Yeah.
it's not sustainable business. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to pay a sound system to come in and pay them 10 bands for them to profit off of a sound clash anymore. It used to be like that. And unfortunately that it's not, so a lot of that stuff has gone to live, and it's just been sport for fun. And like, a lot of sounds are like busting their ass, working, spending all of this money on dubs that they get to play once. So it's just not sustainable. I wish that it was.
Yeah, yeah.
It's my favorite. It's my
What's
favorite thing.
What's your favorite kind of city to play in the US?
Oh, in the US, pretty much everywhere, but I really like playing in New York or LA, Miami, and Atlanta. Those 4 places.
Have you done Vegas?
Oh yeah, I love Vegas too. I have done Vegas.
How can you forget Vegas? How can you forget Vegas on
No.
there? You've done too many. You've done too many. Like you're forgetting.
I know, right? I would like to play internationally more, but it was hard. My kid was really young, so it was kind of hard to take a lot of international bookings. But I have played in Canada
Okay.
like 4 or 5. So I've gone to Canada, but I definitely hope that after this is all over that we can start traveling internationally again. We've been working with a lot of people in France for PR. Yeah. So
how hard is it though to get those international bookings from America? Is it very hard?
I'm sure it's really hard. I've never had one.
But like even to Canada, like is that still difficult to get?
Oh, well, not really. Not really. The first time that I played in Canada, I played in Montreal. That was in 2010. And that was just by people I met on Facebook. And then when I played in Calgary and Vancouver and Castle, I forget the other name of the city. Not Castleberry.
What's Calgary like? Because I didn't think there would be a scene
Calgary
there.
was lit.
Is it?
That was my favorite place, yeah. Calgary was lit. I did get a chance to play at Fortune nightclub in Vancouver, like the big one there. And that was fun, but the way that they had it was a bigger club, and the way that they had like the barricades and they had the people like behind the barricades, it kind of killed the vibe. When we were in Calgary, it was like a smaller room and everybody was like in front of the turntables, like, it was like we're lit. It was fun.
So you like that sort of things? You like that sort of stuff?
Yeah, for sure.
So what do you play like normally in a club set for you? What's your kind of main genres?
I mean, it really depends on what we're doing. Before this all closed down, the residency that I had, it was at a restaurant called Rocksteady, and I was playing all Afrobeat, dancehall, lovers rock, and some night in old school hip hop. And then
Okay.
sometimes, you know, it'll be if I'm in the strip club or I'm at, you know, a concert or whatever, it'll be like an Atlanta set, you know, or a trap set. When I'm on the radio, I have a lot of priorities to play, and I have 3 hours. So between interviews, I switch it up, you know,
Yeah.
play soca. Sometimes I play culture, like old dance, you know, old reggae music. You know, it just really kind of depends. I like to switch it up for sure.
Okay, what do you prefer to play at? Strip club, college part, let's say a college rave, or a club?
Okay, well, the strip club is always going to be street music. Always. Hey, what up, Slade? I love street music. You know, definitely all the Future, all of the Yellow Beezy, all of that kind of stuff. But a lot those people, I mean, they put money in my pocket to do all that, so I'm definitely playing that stuff. You know what I mean? They definitely take care. They
What
give
are
me
the tips
class.
like over there? What are the tips like over there in the strip club?
In the strip club, well, the girls, they have to tip you out. The clients will tip you out, but no, I get like the way that we have it. We do it through our record pool. Like we have direct deposit into our bank accounts
Yeah.
for that type of stuff through our DJ coalition. So that's how that works.
Oh, okay. See, over here, right? I was saying this to a couple other DJs in America, and I was saying that over here you just get, like, no offense, like to white people or anything, but you just get that old white. You get.
I talk shit about white people, okay?
Like you just get that white old man, DJing, playing maybe like 70s or 80s music, and like you'll never hear a Drake song or Future song or Mustard or any, like, no, you'll never hear any of that. Maybe once or twice in the night.
Strip clubs in Atlanta are different than that. You know, like the strip club that I DJ'd at was Onyx. So we would definitely get white people in there, but they would never.
That just sounds like a strip club anyway.
They would be way too scared. They would be way too afraid. So I never DJ'd in a white strip club, so I don't really know what they do. I mean, I do know
there's such things like that: white strip club and black strip club. Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the white strip club is gonna play like more pop and rock and everything like that. But don't get me wrong.
I was like, I don't know how that's a strip club though. Like, how do you strip to that sort of things?
I don't know how they, but just because
the
club is a black strip club, it's still white people that go to it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of white men in those clubs.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. You just gotta kind of come. But the other thing, the difference between the white strip club and the black strip club is that you can like openly smoke weed in the black strip club too.
Just openly.
And yeah.
Is that only in certain states, or is that in every state?
Atlanta. That's an Atlanta.
Only Atlanta.
And they get butt naked.
You know what? This is when I was asking Play this question about the strip clubs in Atlanta. He just started reminiscing. He started crying about it.
I'm reminiscing right now. I haven't been in so long.
He was crying about it. I was like, "Do you want to get the tissues out?"
Yeah.
So I haven't been to Atlanta. I need to come. I'm coming straight after this.
Yeah, I've got a couple clubs right now that are trying to hire me when they open back up, but I don't know. I think that I'm gonna wait. I just don't know what to do yet, because right now I'm sustaining everything with radio. I have my own studio, I have my own place to where I can do everything that I need to do. So it's like I don't really have to leave to go anywhere, and it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless they're offering. Yeah, but see, the only problem that I could say, the strip club is definitely culture and it's definitely fun and everything like that, but there's a lot with it that makes it like not sustainable. For example, like going to Magic City and paying $100 to park and then paying like $60 to get in. You know what I'm saying?
How you paid $100 to park the car?
They charge $100 to park. Yeah,
you're lying to me. $100 to park the car.
I Uber when I go to Magic, but it's not always that much. It's just like if it's like a big night, if it's like Super Bowl or something, they gouge the prices.
I don't care.
You know what I mean?
I'm not paying £100.
The last club that I DJ'd at, it's called Gentlemen's Club. They had started to charge $50 to park at night, and needless to say, their club closed even before the pandemic took over, because it's just not sustainable. You're not gonna get people aren't gonna come to your club, especially like during the day. You know what I mean?
But I heard like business deals get done in those sorts of clubs. I heard like people go there for meetings.
They do, yeah. Oh yeah, I can't even tell you how many meetings that we had when I was working, because my manager, he will come up there and actually that's gonna be in his book about all the business that he did while we were working at Onyx. And that was so crazy. I just showed up to work one day and the club was closed. I was like, okay. And I come to find out that somebody was stealing money, or one of the managers.
Oh wow, okay. That's the thing with strip clubs. It's always that. It's always someone stealing money. Always
shady.
It's daily. It's a daily thing. It's a daily thing, literally. Do you ever kind of get scared about losing your residencies?
Oh, I don't even have any residencies right now.
Well, I mean, not like right now, but like when you did.
Oh, okay. Well, I did lose my residency. The club closed, and they were trying to get the same club that's trying to hire me right now. They were trying to get me to come to it, and I said no. I had finally just got a residency back, like literally 2 weeks before all the restaurants and everything were shut down.
Oh.
Shut down. Yeah.
That's bad timing.
And that was Rocksteady Atlanta. I had literally waited like 15 years of my career to get a Saturday night residency playing like dancehall, reggae, and Afro beats and stuff like that. Like I had literally, the type of person that I am, I play like whatever I get hired for. Look, if they hired me to do a bar mitzvah, I'm going to do a bar mitzvah. If they hired me to do this wedding and they want this played, if they want Backstreet Boys, that's how I've always been. But what I always really wanted to do was reggae music and stuff like that. So when I finally got that residency, you know, we shut down, and I don't even know when and if they're going to open back up, or if it's going to be the same. So literally, that's why I've just been focusing on my own radio show, my own platform, and my own app, and my partners that I work with, you know, because trust me, I wanted to be on FM too, you know. Every DJ, these are things that every DJ wants to do. Every DJ wants to go do festivals. Every DJ wants to tour. Every DJ wants to do radio. You know what I'm saying? I'm no different than anybody else. But it's just, when you have 20,000 DJs living in Atlanta, it's like, I'm just thankful for what I do have.
20,000, did you say? 20,000? Yeah. Oh my God. That's a lot. I mean, that's a hefty amount.
So you know it's probably doubled. That's a lot of competition.
Between states, why is there a different culture in music? And like, obviously you got the East Coast, and then the West Coast is totally different as well. And I heard that a lot of the West Coast music doesn't even get played in the East Coast.
I play it, but yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. Their culture is just like, what up, Sig? Their culture is just a lot different. But we do play a lot of their stuff. We play a lot of Sweetie and YG, and you know, so. But really, if it's not marketed over here the same type of way, it's just not going to work. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because I feel like the record execs in LA are more focused on artists coming out of New York and coming out of Atlanta, so in Florida and stuff. You know, so it's, I don't know. But I think
why is it that the culture side of things? Why is it such a big?
Because of the distance. You know what I'm saying? Because technically, the way America is so huge right now that. You have to think about how big America is. You know what I mean? I know West Coast is in this bit. Okay, you have to understand, like, you play melody, you know, you guys are always constantly traveling to all these different countries, but those countries are closer to you than California is to me, and I'm in the same country. So it's huge. I can remember leaving Austin, Texas, and being in a Sprinter for 20 hours to get back to Atlanta. You know, and Texas is 3 states away, you know, so it's just
because literally like New York to LA is 5 hours flight, so it's a lot. You know what, it's hefty. That's like London to Dubai basically.
Yeah, so that's what it has to do with is really the distance, you know.
How do you kind of find it though? Like, do you have to do a lot of prep and learning about the different cultures and music styles and stuff like that, or have you got to that stage where you kind of know?
I mean, I am on the line with so many different people in these different places and stuff like that, that it's like there's so many people sending me the music. I get everything to my inbox. I don't have to like look for it anymore. Everybody's says, hey, let me send you what's hot in this city, Roots. You know what I mean? Like, let me send you this. Let me send you that. And the thing is I do show a lot of love. So if it's hot and it's bubbling, like right now I'm working with a lot of DMV artists. Next week, I'll let the cat out of the bag. But next week on my show, I have an artist. His name is Big Flock, and he's from DC.
Okay.
And he was just on a song with Rico Nasty and a few other people called 495. So that's why out of the DMV I'm working with Yeah, see, look, Miklo right there, DC Lee in here. We got DC in here. We got Cali in here. I told you, like, they come. And then, you know, we have, especially being with the Coalition DJs, we have so many artists from all over. Like, we are literally the most consistent DJs that hip hop has ever had, you know? So,
what's your take on the drill scene? On the US drill scene at the moment?
I want to know
drill.
more about UK drill. I play, you know, I work with a lot of the, I mean, I know about New York drill, you know, like with.
You know what? Pop Smoke was paving the way though, between US drill and UK drill, because if you take a look at it, right, Pop Smoke, his tunes banged in London, and especially London, but in the UK in general, because we listen to that type of beat. That's the type of drill beat that UK kind of, you know, listens to. But if you took a UK drill artist and put them in America, I don't know how many people listen to it, because the beat is totally different. Yeah, but you're a different person. You're just different. You're not even.
I know. That's what I mean. Like, I'm like a freaking alien. I'm telling you. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm a black guy in a woman's body, in a white woman's body. Hey, listen, if a man can sit there and be like, I'm really a woman, you know what I mean? Like, I guess maybe it could go both ways, but I'm just really trying to be myself. You know, that's who I am. Myself.
But do you think these new artists have a shelf life?
I can't really tell yet. I don't really know yet. I have to just kind of see what's going on with it. I want to. I'm really supporting a lot of the New York drill. It's been a long time since the New York has had a different sound, so it's a good thing that it's coming out the way that it is. You know what I mean? So, I really am just excited to hear some more of these UK artists. You know, always doing
it's so hard. I don't know. It's so hard for them to get over here. Like, obviously, when you guys play it on radio, it'll be good and everything. But it's just like getting to know people over here, over in the US. Like, I've got family in San Diego, so they kind of know because of me, like, what the UK drill scene is like. But if I ask my uncle or cousin, and they'll, do you know who Stormzy is? They'll be like, cool, yeah, I know. But then they ask their friends, they're like, I don't even know who that is.
Right, I know.
It's,
you know, you guys,
it's hard.
It could be worse. I'm telling you, it could be worse. Those francophone artists are having the hardest time because they don't speak a lot of English. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you heard of Uba or anybody? Have you heard? Okay, so you have. Okay, they don't know who any of that is. I told them that they need to go in and start with Canada, where they speak French at, if they're trying to get to
Montreal.
America.
Just start there.
Yeah, I feel like that's where they need to start off, is French-speaking Canadian countries, because they already speak French. You know, and French is like, I think something crazy like 22% of the world speak French. It's a big language, you know?
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah, or they need to market to African countries that speak French. You know,
what's the Spanish scene like? Is it good in the East Coast, or?
It's huge. You know, the Spanish scene in Atlanta is huge. In Florida, it's like super, super huge. You know, in Florida, there's where I grew up in Florida, there's like a lot more Puerto Ricans. I don't know that many people that are Puerto Rican descent. In Atlanta, we have more Mexicans here, but we have little Mexico here. Like, we got so many Mexicans, and I love Spanish music so much. I can even understand what you're talking about at this point. And some of our
I know you're trying to mime the lyrics. You're trying to mime the lyrics there.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Like, I be listening to all that stuff. I did a whole Afrobeat set. I was like singing the songs. I can kind of like understand what they're saying, and you think that they're saying some crazy word, but they're saying Angela. You know what I mean? Like,
they're saying Angela.
What song was it? It's some Burna Boy song where he said Angela in it, and I was like, oh, he's saying Angela. I thought he was saying something different.
On
they
the
love
low,
Burna Boy
anybody.
Yeah, anybody. That's
anybody.
Yeah, it is anybody. Yeah, they love Burna Boy over here. Like,
you know what, Burna Boy, he's done a madness on his songs. Like, he's blown up in the last 2-3 years. It's crazy.
Yeah. Does he live in London?
Yeah. Not live. I don't know if his wife
live in London.
Not really. Like, most of the art, if you look at it, like, okay, you got the drill artists that obviously cannot leave UK. For reasons, but a lot of UK artists actually move to US or to other countries.
Okay.
but that's probably because like there's obviously the more opportunity in the US than in the UK.
Yeah, yeah, but I would definitely, I want to send me a drill pack. I want to be able to send me a list, like have a playlist or something
Okay,
so I can
fine.
check
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Okay. I'm not. You know what? Play would probably hit you up better with the drill because I don't listen to drill like that.
I asked him the other day too about
Okay,
that.
okay. If he doesn't get back to you, I'll give you some. But
Okay.
I listen to more dancehall, Afrobeats, hip hop. So I'm more hip hop based
Yeah, you're
and
like me.
Spanish actually.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
So I can hit you up with the Spanish stuff as well if you need anything with that as well. Because I
Okay.
DJed in
Oh,
Mexico
my Spanish
like
stuff
two
gets
years ago.
flagged. I can't even play it on Facebook or anything. It gets flagged and muted like right away.
No,
But
that's
I
the thing
really
is over
love.
here, Spanish music isn't appreciated enough. I don't know if it's like that in Atlanta. Maybe it's better over there because there's a lot of Mexicans and stuff like that. But in the UK, no one understands it and no one wants to appreciate it.
Yeah, we love it over there. We love it. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, you would not even believe how many white people come out and dance when I play um, the one Elemante, for example. When I play Elemante, they go
Hmm.
crazy. You know, everybody knows that song here. Like, really,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy. Uh, it's crazy. And then
What's the worst experience you've had with a club manager or promoter?
oh my gosh, too many to count. Um,
Okay, give me your worst one. Give me your worst one.
it was probably when when I was at Onyx, so many at Onyx. I had worked at Onyx for 3 years. I had
Yeah,
given them the biggest day party that they had ever had, even bigger and more successful than any of the smokers retreats that they had. It was huge. I had Trouble up in there. I had freaking AR Ab performed. I had who else? I had Bizarre in there. I had who's the other guy? Play a Flag, Freestyle. Like we had
hmm,
all these performances. It was man, Street Money Bucci was up in there. All the Street Money people was in there, and it was like a very very successful day. And basically, when the other DJ that was on day shift with me left,
yeah.
they hired. Okay, the manager he died, so he got old and died. He was really old. The manager came into the office and he's like, "Hey, would you like to have some more days?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he gave me like 2 extra days a week. And then an hour later, he came into the booth and he was like, "Oh, hey, sorry that I told you that, but we're about to give your days to this other DJ." And this DJ and I are friends, and we've since gotten over it.
Yeah.
But at that point in time, the DJ had no strip club experience, and they gave this other DJ 4 days a week, and then they just like took away my 2 days. That was probably the worst thing that ever happened. I felt like my freaking
Why?
stomach.
What was it? Was it due to like cost or was it because
No, I don't think that it was due to cost. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. It wasn't even a man either. It was a female, but she was like a lesbian, so maybe she was just like more. I mean, it's a female
what's that
strip
got
club
to do? What is that got to do with it?
because it's a strip club, and she was more manly. I don't
What?
know
She was down with the
because
females more.
yeah, maybe she was down with the females more. I don't know. Maybe it had to do with the fact that I was white in a black strip club. I'm not sure. I don't know what it was. But
Mm.
all I'm saying is that I didn't have the same upward motion as my male counterparts. So that was why I don't even really like to do strip clubs like that anymore, because it's like they want to give me a shift and it's not the shift that I want.
Yeah.
And then, but just basically I didn't felt like I had worked really hard and had seniority and I should have gotten a promotion and I didn't get the promotion. And then it's
Mm.
the same thing that happens to a lot of people. And then they bring somebody in that has no experience and give them your shit, basically,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they just
I mean,
literally
that's
gave
the
me,
industry, but that's the industry we're in.
yeah.
That's literally like that's how you. It's just stuff on the fly. Like they'll just come up to you and be like, "Okay, cool, you're out."
Mm-hmm.
It's and
Yeah.
like you gotta learn how to deal with that stuff. It's crazy.
Well, the way that I deal with that is that I'm in a camp and with a company that don't treat me like that.
Yeah.
And then,
How is it being in a DJ agency? Like, would you rather be independent or in an agency?
I would definitely rather be in the agency that I'm in. I wouldn't say I'd like to be in like any agency because a lot of DJ crews, they don't know how to give back to the DJs. Most DJ crews or DJ pools or anything like that, what they do is they get a bunch of DJs and they're like, hey, you're down with this DJ crew and you're cool now. Hey, by the way, play all of these records and you're going to do it for free and you're going to promote us and we're not going to do anything to promote you or pay you or anything. And that's how the model is for most of them. But with Coalition, it's always been different. They've always taken care of the DJs. There's always been perks to be with them. It's exclusive. You can't just be like, hey, how do I sign up to be a part of Coalition? It doesn't work like that, you know? So it's like more exclusive, you know?
So being with Zaytoven and everything, like, if you ever wanted to go down the production route?
I produce.
Have you? Oh, you produce as well? Okay.
I haven't
Any
produced
tracks out?
in a while. I plan to again, but I'm studying for my degree. And right now, this week, matter of fact, I graduate in November. So probably after I graduate. But yeah, I'm basically, when it comes to, you know, turntablism and production and art and creation, I put all of that stuff on the back burner because it was pointless to do any of that stuff if I don't know how to market it correctly. So that's why I'm getting a marketing degree. And so until I finish my marketing degree, that's all going to be on hold. But I've started right after Culture Clash. I started on the degree, and I graduate in November. So,
have you been doing online classes for that, or is it?
Yeah, I've been doing online classes the whole time.
Oh, okay. So you haven't been going into a university or anything?
No, well, I live in Atlanta, and the university is called Full Sail, and it's in Orlando. So, you know,
okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it's in Orlando, so I've had to do it all online. Yeah, but I don't produce trap music, though. I produce dancehall. So that's what I produce. And I do have some beats, but I'm not going to play them right now. Yeah. So I don't even...
Yeah, you're like, not in plan, but I will.
Oh, yeah,
I've
already got huge on anything I produce, too. Huge artists in Jamaica.
I want to hear a track in the next 5 months.
Okay,
You got to put a track out in the next 5 months. Cool.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you plan to take it? Do you want to take it to, like, what's your plan with the production side of things?
Oh, probably dancehall. I love dancehall, so.
Like, do you want it to take over your DJing, or do you want to keep it still on, like, the side?
Oh, definitely. I don't want it to really take over my DJing. Well, as far as like the DJing goes, I DJ my show because I like to DJ, but if people book me for gigs, I would like do it, but I don't like practice DJing all day, every day. Like today when I get off with you, after I handle whatever business that I have to handle and figure out what's going on with this protest that we're doing later today, you know, I have like a bunch of like quantum mechanics videos that I have to watch. So, you know, I do so much that to me, after DJing for, I've been DJing since 1997. So that's what,
Don't bet out the age. You're betting out the age.
Yeah. Well, I was a kid. You know, that's like the most just DJing is the most boring thing in the world possible to me. I'm really into content creation and production and interviewing artists, breaking new music, and marketing. You know what I mean? Those are the kind of things that interest me. Just like DJing, you know, without having like artists there or, you know, doing something different, it's just not appealing to me unless I'm doing like a reggae night.
Being on radio, does that help you with getting sets in the US or in Atlanta?
Oh yeah. Right now, if I didn't go as hard as I do on my radio show, I'd be dead in the water. You know, it's like, and I also have my own app and we pay our royalties. We have a license to pay for everything, so I can play whatever I want, like a real radio show. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on FM radio, and the fact that people aren't in their cars, FM radio is hurting so bad right now. Now they're trying to get everybody to get on their app, and we already have the app.
Yeah.
What's going on, you know? So
has that helped you a lot with your mic skills as well, or were you already confident on the mic?
I've been confident on the mic for a while. Being in the strip club and being in DJing in reggae clubs and stuff really got like my mic skills together. And tequila always helps with the mic skills. Yeah. Probably the best part.
with the radio, like in America, I know it's massive. I know radio is massive. Like over here, radio is like it's ish. I feel like it's dying out. But in US, obviously, I don't think it is because most people listen to the radio. Is that
really? Do you think the radio over there?
No, they do, but it's like with Apple Music and Spotify, most people listen
So
to
they
that
would
now
rather
than
listen to the song at a continuous mix.
no, they like you know what? During this period, it's actually guest mixes on radio have been a big thing now. Like they were already a
Mm.
thing, but during this period especially, a lot of guest mixes have been happening. So it's been good because it keeps that rotation. But then there's
I
no
thought that
difference, right?
BBC Radio. Yeah, I thought BBC Radio was big over there. I've been on Rinse FM
No, it is,
before.
no. It's big, but it's dying
Mm.
out slowly. Like you've got
Oh.
one, okay, like BBC One Extra, right? When Charlie Sloth left to
Mm.
go to Beats, it kind of less people started listening because obviously
Right.
they went to Beats, they went to Apple to go watch him instead.
Oh wow! You know what? My favorite part about Charlie was when he was on stage at Culture Clash, ripping a new hole into all the other teams. He was so funny. Oh my gosh! You should have heard the shit he was talking. It was so funny.
See, like people like him are like so good in the radio kind of scene, but then once they leave, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
did they follow like people? Because obviously he's got a massive following. Everyone's gonna go follow him, go to wherever he's going. They're not gonna stay at the station.
Right, right. So once he left you,
But like I know
it's
because in America, like
they were,
also you have your radios which aren't clean and everything. So over here everything's clean, everything's monetized, like that. Everything's gotta be clean.
edited.
Yeah,
I mean,
edited.
that's too over here. I try to keep my radio show as clean as possible. I have kind of backed off on that a little bit, but the reason why is because I had partners. I partner with a bunch of female Caribbean women. It's called My Turn. And before the restaurants closed down, you know, the show was streamed in Jamaican restaurants and stuff. So I had to be careful with it then. But now that now that we're not in restaurants, I have, you know, and it's my own app and everything like that because of those partners. It doesn't have to be as clean as possible, but the radio has to be clean. Like it has to be the FM. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You can't get away with what I've been getting away with lately since we've had the pandemic.
What country, what's the one country you want to tour in?
Oh, I definitely want to come to the UK. I want to come to Dubai. I want to go to Nigeria, different places in Africa. I've actually had promoters in Nigeria reach out to me before, but nothing ever materialized. Jamaica, for sure, Jamaica. So,
yeah, that's what I was just going to say as well. Like, you haven't said any Caribbean islands.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely the Caribbean or Caribbean. Definitely the Caribbean. I forgot. Yeah, definitely like Kingston or whatever, you know, St. Kitts and places like that. I know a lot of those places down there, you got to kind of like go down there and donate your time. Like you can't go down to those places and expecting to get the same kind of price that you would get DJing in America. You know what I mean? Just don't have the same kind of money. You know. Have
you ever thought about moving away for a season or to do a whole stint in a city or country?
I have, but you know, my kid is 10, so I can't really do that. And especially now I'm a teacher too, you know, because
you're everything. Like you're like 7 things. Like
I know.
You're doing a degree, teacher.
Now that I'm doing homeschool, hell yeah. Yeah, because I'm not going to send him back to public school next year. Not with everything going on, like with what they're talking about, having to wear a mask all day in school and eat it just doesn't seem like it would be very enjoyable for the kids. I don't think that they would be able to comply with what social distancing is. You know, they're kids.
Well, I don't know how you're going to practice social distancing in a high school. Like in America, high schools, like they're massive. Like over here, it's totally different. It's smaller, so it's a bit easier. But over there, how do you even practice that?
Yeah, exactly. Well, they say that they're going to have the desks 6 feet away. And then they're going to eat lunch in the classroom, and you're going to have to wear a mask all day. I'm like, for all that, I'll just, you know, teach you.
No, but the thing is, like, when you're younger as well, like, you're not going to wear a mask all day. Like, if your son, like, is 10, 11, like, he's not going to wear a mask all day.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, yeah, I don't know. And over here, they're trying to put schools back into society next 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh, is school out for the year over there? What's the school year like over there?
Yes, everything's done. They're only trying to put back the people who've got exams next year, the I don't know what grade it is over there. What's that? Grade 5, 6? I don't know. Year 6 over here. I don't know what that is over there. But the younger,
Oh,
that's like all the youngers basically. But I don't know
oh,
why you would start with the youngers because
I
they
know.
can't social distance.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why that they would do that. We're in huge man. I just don't even know what to think about anything anymore. Just
Mm.
crazy.
She was like, my son is 9, and I had to continue to tell him to keep his mask on and in the nail shop. At least the nail shop is open. Over here, nothing's open. Hairdressers,
Oh,
nail shop, nothing's open.
I haven't been to the nail shop yet. I have not even been there yet. I think I'm going to give everything a break for a while, you know. I can do my own hair. I haven't had a
Yeah.
haircut in probably a year now.
Yeah, but for you, it's not that bad. Like for guys, it's a it's a bit of a struggle. Like I just got the
I
trim
know.
yesterday, so it's still fresh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know, it's
But
crazy.
I haven't had a trim in 3 months. I look homeless.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, hopefully the this whole thing with everything being closed down will weed out some of the people that don't I don't know how to say this the right way. The people that I don't want to say don't deserve to be DJs, but
Mm,
really something's got to give. Some people have to like quit doing this and let the people that really do
yeah.
this for a real living let us live. Like, oh, I think I want to.
But there's always going to be those people in the scene, right? There's always going to be people who don't.
My
I was
bad.
saying there's always going to be people in the scene, right? Where they're not doing it for the passion and love of music. They're just doing it because they know it's getting your money and blah blah blah.
And yeah. So hopefully some of those people will go away, you know. So
Yeah, definitely. But no, I really appreciate this talk. It's been very good, and like, yeah, I've enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed
yeah.
it. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, you put me on the spot, but I had answers. Tomorrow I have another tomorrow that they're going to ask me about the protest. So we're supposed to meet if anybody's watching this and wants to meet me in Centennial Park at 3:00 to make signs, and then we march at 3:30. So just DM me and I can send you the info. So
Yeah, I wish I could,
oh.
but I have to take a 7
I
hour
know,
flight.
right? Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you so much for having me, and then just
No worries.
link. You know, I'm always here. I'm always available to chat or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. We'll do another one. Like whenever
Okay.
whenever you're free. I know you're busy, but we'll work something out. We'll do another one, definitely.
Yeah, let's work it out. Let's get on
But
here
yeah,
again
thank you,
soon.
and I hope you have a good protest and have a good day.
All right, thanks. I'll talk to you later.
See you. Bye.
Bye.